What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Yugioh Sevens Summer Cast List Preview Analysis. Today, guys, we are going to be going over episode 13 of the Yugioh 7 summary. Now, I am very excited to see what the continuation of this duel is. I mean, we got on a major cliffhanger in the last episode, so I can't wait to see how this duel continues. I can't wait to talk to you guys down below for your predictions on this duel and the kind of continuation of what the final result is going to be, and just all this kind of stuff that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the title of this episode is Motoroi no O, or I need to really stop reading that because I really can't read it, or called Another King. Yugioh drew Sevens Road Magician, but just when he thought he was going to lose because of an illegal card, Otis emerged from the ground. How did Yugioh obtain Sevens Road, and just who is Otis? So I guess I'll go over this before the cast list because we do have another cast list. We do know that he drew it in the last episode. That was kind of obvious. But just when he thought he was going to lose because of an illegal card, Otis emerges from the ground. So actually, real quick, let's read over the cast list. So the cast list is another long cast list like we had last episode. So we got Oda Yuga, Kamijo Tatsuya, Rook. Oh, so is Rook. Gakuto, Kaizo, Roa, Roman, Taira, Genta, which is actually the drummer. I can't believe I missed that last time. Mimi Adachi. Actually, I just realized Umayo Yushio is not going to be speaking in this episode. Says to be said. Subordinate, which is going to be someone from Gohan, I'm assuming. Otis, Mensaburo, Sushiko, which is the sushi girl. Ron's, which I'm assuming is the rip-off Jim Crocodile Cook character. Oh no, maybe not actually. Renos Zosuke, Adachi Yoshio, Harugetsu Kan, Hoda Keski, Goto Hanto, and I'm not gonna say that, Bakuro. So basically the three before Bakuro was all of Kan's friends and stuff like that. And then there was a note on this. Otis has the same VA as Hologram Man. So that last line, oh, and then the scriptwriter is Takuchi Tashimutsu, just for a little extra bonus there. So, Otis has the same VA as Hologram Man. Now, before we actually talk into the preview, I just want to talk about something real quick, alright? So, I was just looking online, I like to see kind of people's thoughts. I would go on Reddit, Twitter, or something like that. Check out, see what is going on, and I'm going to quickly talk about this real quick, because I know someone is going to bring this up in the comment section below, or at least I think. I really do not know yet, but I think someone will actually mention this in the comments section below, but I guess I'll talk about it real quick. So, Otis is spelled O-T-I-S, and there's a reason why I'm doing this. However, from what I learned, and this was the first time I learned this, I always spell Otis O-T-I-S. For all the years that I've lived, I've never seen anyone spell Otis this way. People are saying that another way you can spell Otis is O-T-E-S. And if you flip it around, it basically means Seto. And now, before anyone gets into this, I'm just going to say this right now. I do not think this is Seto. I'm going to get this crap out of the way. I'm going to just say this. This is not Seto. And I promise you that it is not going to be Seto Kaiba. And there's two reasons for this. First off, his personality. Even though, yes, it shows that he's going to be a more serious character. We understand that. But when he is on the stage and he's like doing this summoning chant, he's doing all these poses and stuff like that. And we know Seto Kaiba from the original series would never do that. And another thing is, he doesn't use really anything else than Blue Eyes. He always goes for Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, yes, he does have this card in his deck. We do know he plays Blue Eyes White Dragon. However, Sevens Road Magician was a card that looked like was like his main ace until he gave it to Yuga and tell him that whole inspiration speech. Was then another thing, I guess you can add a third thing in there as well, is because Seto would not be like this caring guy to give advice and stuff like that. We all know that. He all cares about himself. Like, come on. There is no way in God's name is this going to be Seto Kaiba? There is no way you're telling me that this is going to be Seto Kaiba. Just all the stuff that we know of him so far, there is just no way, there is no chance that this is Seto Kaiba. You guys can believe that. I'm not going to personally believe it. I don't, and let's say for hypothetical that this is going to be this. I don't think it's a good move, to be completely honest. I mean, as cool as I would see, the fact that the way they made him act just doesn't fit his character. Unless they completely do a 180 on this character, I do not see him changing, so I just can't see him doing that. If this is Seto and he acts like this goofy kind of character and is given more inspiration, this just wouldn't fit his character. Literally, and this guy is a lot more darker than people realize. If you read the manga, the 3 ways he got his Blue Eyes White Dragon, because this is how much he wanted Blue Eyes White Dragon. It went to the case where he went after Yugi's grandpa and basically challenged him to a duel, beat him up, and then ripped the card in front of the people. That way, the Blue Eyes White Dragon cannot be used by any other players because he has the other 3 copies. The 3 copies he got, the first one he got because he made the first person go into bankruptcy. The second person, he got the Mafia involved. No, I am not kidding. The Mafia to go and basically caress this guy to give him the second Blue Eyes White Dragon. And the third reason, we don't even know how he obtained from them. All he says is that the other guy committed suicide. It went to the point where he literally had someone commit suicide just to get a copy of a Blue Eyes White Dragon. A piece of paper, might I add, or whatever they made it out of. I mean, there's so many misconceptions of what the card is. I mean, Bastion's whole deck got thrown in the water and it got ruined, but Raphael's cards, he was able to just put it by the fire as hunky-dory, so I don't even know what the heck this thing is made out of. Cardboard, something like that. Or even when they throw the cards, like, that doesn't make any sense. So, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I do not think that. As for the preview, honestly, there isn't. I will say, though, this was kind of being the bigger talk because I know some people might bring it up. But honestly, I feel like there really is not much to talk about other than Otis. I feel like everything else is just going to be a continuation of the duel. I think I got enough said from episode 12 summary when I did that. I think I got enough information for that summary of what I expect to see in the future episodes that I don't think there really is much to add. Something I actually didn't notice that I didn't see in the summary, Mr. Goha is not speaking in this episode, which kind of does suck because there's the only 2 lines he said in this last episode was ha ha ha, and then said 6666, and I think he repeated it again, so basically saying section 6 or article 66 section 66. I keep forgetting you gotta do article first, but anyway, it kind of is disappointing we won't be seeing him in this episode. Honestly, the cast list is basically the same as the last one. Maybe like there is some characters that we're missing that spoke, like maybe one dialogue, like Yoshiro is not speaking in this episode. Kana is speaking in this episode, which was kind of surprising he wasn't in the last episode. I thought he might just appear and just like shake his head or something like that when one of the people asked, does he know Sevens Road Magician? Did he like know that card like selling in the stores or something like that? That's what I thought was going to happen, but that ended up not being the case. Again, really the duel, I feel like it's just going to be Yuga or draw/no result. Going for Yuga, I feel like it is probably the higher chance. Though, it's kind of funny though. Throughout the preview, Ro is still smiling. Actually, that is really kind of interesting that basically, from what I can tell from this, he's going to be able to use Sevens Road Magician, and I don't think Ro cares. Which makes me question why in the world did he basically didn't want him to use this card. He basically wanted to win that way. So it is kind of interesting that he's still smiling through this. We even see like a weird smile from him that was kind of concerning, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. That was kind of concerning. And even in the last episode, the way he's been grinning, I've been really liking Roa's character. I think he's definitely in the top 3 for me right now. I've been really enjoying his character a lot. Him, Rook, and Yuga are probably my top three, honestly. I've really been enjoying those characters so far. So it's really going to be interesting to kind of see his reaction when this guy, and this guy is just going to pop out of nowhere. Like, it looks like he's still going to be like a hologram. It's just going to be called Otis instead of Hologram Man. It just actually giving him a name, which it's kind of funny now thinking about it. I can bet maybe 90, I'll say 95% of people, I'll give it a benefit of the doubt. I think 95% of people thought, oh, this is just going to be a one-shot character, that's going to be it. Which is kind of weird, because if you look back on all the past Yu-Gi-Oh shows, I think the only other time there was a one-shot character was when Yuya faced the Sledgehammer in the very first episode. That was the only time I feel like there has been a one-shot character. I mean, I guess you had the Nice and Annoying, but they kind of still were getting involved. After the Sledgehammer lost, we never see this character again. Like, you had Yugi versus Seto, Crowler versus Judai, Yusei versus Trudge, and he faced them 3 times in the span of like 20 episodes. So yeah, he kind of was important in that kind of regards. Yuma versus Shark, and then you had Usaka versus the Knight of Annoy, which again, you can count that as a one-shot character, but there was time, even during season 2, even though it was flashbacks, we still get mentions of the Knights of Annoy, like the grunts, I guess I would call them. But it really is interesting that he is going to be more of a main role, and I cannot wait to see it. I'm making an early prediction, and this might be a weird early prediction. I could see this being a ceremonial duel. Yuga versus Hologram Man, basically round 2. Which, yes, I know that's way, way, way too early to even predict the ceremonial duel, but I could see this potentially being a ceremonial duel to see, like, how much Yuga was able to grow with creating his rush dueling, how he was able to advance with the stuff that he created, his roads that he created, and kind of see how he grew from that. I think that's something that they would do really good with that, and kind of top off Yuga's character in that way. But that's way too early. I think that was just a nice little early prediction to kind of predict the ceremonial duel, even though we're probably still like, I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of rumors that the series is going to end short, so maybe in 90 episodes or something like that, I feel like, before we even get close to the ceremonial duel. So that's a really interesting thing to think about, and honestly, that really is it. Again, I kind of explained a lot of this stuff in episode 12 that I kind of wanted to talk about. I guess maybe it's just going to be interesting to see any of the other dialogues from the characters and kind of their reaction when they realize that Yuga kind of did already know Otis, and kind of get the dialogue from that. I think that's going to be really interesting to see how that kind of goes. And yeah, that's really honestly it. I don't think there was much to talk about in this episode, but I hope you guys enjoyed either way. So guys, that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your guys' predictions if you have not already. Who do you think is going to win this duel? Do you think Yuga's going to win? Do you think Ro is going to pull out the shocking win? Or do you still think it's going to be a draw, no result? And let me know what you think Otis's overall story arc to this, how like his relevance is going to be in the story. Do you think he's going to be a very relevant character in the entire series, or just for this season, or maybe just for the next couple of episodes or something? Even just this episode, and he'll be done with. I would love to know you guys' thoughts on that. But guys, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, guys, take care, and I hope you guys have yourselves a great rest of your day. Take care, guys.